Exactly.
Firefly is probably if you look for a central organization, one like you is probably the best one to go forward. One, because you create value. You create value and you provide trust. And trust is the biggest issue, because if you're in an inferior perceived position on executive lacking knowledge, you will feel vulnerable. And then if an organization comes in and offers their support, can you trust them? But if they're recommended by Firefly and vetted by Firefly as a I don't know, I'm just spitballing here.
No. It's funny because we've got a horizon, and that's not in our current horizon. Our ultimate goal at Firefly is to create an environment where we've got a deep and rich network of organisations with knowledge and capability that can share that knowledge and capability in an environment that's conducive to building the trust that you talked about, because you've been there, you've done that, and you have absolute care for the outcomes. Now, that won't take a minute, that won't take a week, that won't take a month, that may take 3 or 4 years, might take 10 years, but our vision is to that effect, because there are so many inefficient organisations out there, Sarah, that with a little bit of change could make a big difference.
Well, I was just going to say, like, if there's one thing for those that are listening today as a takeaway, ask for help from Firefly and their surrounding networks to get support for your organisation, because if you get the right metrics in place for efficiencies, for compliance, for everything else, all it will mean is better outcomes for your organisation. You'll get more money when you fundraise. You'll get better outcomes for your kids or for whoever you support. So come to Firefly and start asking them, because you guys have got the connections. You've been building this network now for years. And maybe you haven't gone to market yet either, letting people know that you can be trusted, but you've been building trust in a slower way, which often is how it needs to be. But if you're listening today, come and ask Daryl and Courtney for some assistance and see what they can do for you. Like, what have you got to lose?
I love it. I reckon that might be.
And to all our volunteers, that's an unpaid announcement. Sarah, on the fly. So it's
you can pay me later. No,
it's sensational. It's sensational advocacy, and it's great that you get the opportunity to let the organisations and the small businesses that we're trying to collaborate with.
I've been on the journey with you guys now for probably 3 years. I think it's been nearly 3 years, and what I think you've got and what you offer, there's nothing like it in Australia, let alone the world. And so the earlier adopters of Team Firefly will have better longer term outcomes than those that wait until it's a big branded name to get on board.